Hello everybody, it's Catherine from Jayne Catherine on Books, and I've got a haul for you today. I haven't had a biggish haul for a while, so thought we'd do one today for you. And this is my Buzzword family haul. And by that I mean my Buzzword family is, I don't know if you've noticed recently, there are loads of books coming out. My sick husband, my lovely wife, my naughty daughter, my irritating son, you know, that sort of thing. So all the buzzwords make up a family. Husband, wife, daughter, sister, brother, son, boy, girl, baby. Yeah, you get the picture. So I've got this book haul based on all those buzzwords. And also I think it'll fit in nicely for Thriller-a-thon, which is next week. So it starts on the 19th, Monday the 19th. And majority, I think most of these are thrillers. There might be a couple that are women's fiction, but most are thrillers. So I've got plenty to choose from. And yeah, I think I've got some bargains. I got these from The Works in the UK, and they've still got their offer on three books for £5, which is a really good price. So yeah, I thought I would make the most of that offer still, and yeah, thought I'd put together my Buzzword family, and here we go. So I thought we'd start with the baby of the family. So we've got Hush Little Baby. This is by Joanna Barnard. It's a little annoying paperback that's in mass market size, but actually they always used to be this size, and I know they annoy us now because we're used to different, but it just fits in your hand quite nicely actually. So have I put my reading glasses on? No, I haven't. I've got my reading glasses out. Yes, I have. Dear, I'm getting worse, aren't I? So do a swap, put those on my head, reading glasses on, so I can tell you a bit about the blurb. Okay, so Hush Little Baby, Don't Say a Word. When baby Oliver breaks his arm, no one or will say how it happened. His mother is exhausted, his father is angry, his older sister is resentful, and they all have something to hide. And actually it's been recommended on a blurb recommending it by Claire Douglas, which is who is one of my favourite authors for thrillers. So yeah, looking forward to that one. We don't want to know too much about thrillers. I don't know where to put them. I'll just put them down there. The next one, sorry, a bit garish, The Baby's Bones. This is by Rebecca Alexander. I've not heard of Rebecca Alexander. It looks quite a chunky one, so I'm not sure I'll be choosing this as a choice for Thriller-a-thon. 472 pages, so it is quite a chunky. It says it was a secret burial, maybe even murder. Oh yes, we haven't had a murder for ages. Archaeologist Sage Westfield has been called in to excavate a 16th century well and expects to find little more than soil and an odd piece of pottery. But the disturbing discovery of the bones of a woman and a newborn baby make it clear that she has stumbled onto a historical crime scene, one that is interwoven with an unsettling local legend of witchcraft and unrequited love. Really like the sounds of that one. Right up my street. Next, Pretty Baby. This is by Mary Kubica. Now I have seen, I am aware of Mary Kubica, I've seen her before. It says #1 best-selling author of The Good Girl, and they got quite a few on at the range, quite a few choices. 2015 this one. A chance encounter. Good Samaritan Heidi sees a dishevelled teenage girl on the station platform, standing in the pouring rain, clutching a baby in her arms. An act of kindness. Heidi has always been charitable, but to her family's dismay she returns home with the girl and her baby in tow. A tangled web of lies as Willow begins to get back on her feet. Disturbing clues to her past start to emerge. Is she really who she says she is? And how far will Heidi go to help this stranger? Oh yes, I like the sound of that as well. Unusual cover. So there are babies. Who shall we have next? We'll have The Weekend Dad. This is by Alison Walsh, The Weekend Dad. And until Daisy announced that she'd seen her mum kissing Emmett's dad, they hadn't set eyes on each other since. But Emmett often thinks about her, where she is, what she's doing, and if she ever thinks about him. Now almost 30, Emmett has just begun a fresh chapter in London so he can spend weekends with his 7-year-old daughter, whose existence he only recently discovered. So this sounds like a woman's fiction. Weekend Dad is a heartwarming story of friendship, parenthood. So obviously it's a dad getting to know his daughter that he didn't know existed. And I don't think this is a thriller, but falls into my remit of buzzword family. We'll go to the mum next. Pedigree Mum, Fiona Gibson. Says it's showtime. That's quite funny. There's like this great big dog pulling her along. Like Nelson does with me sometimes. A stray husband. A town of posh poochers. Can a crazy rescue dog mend a broken heart? When Kerry Tambini upped sticks with her family to a new home on the coast, she couldn't have been happier. Then husband Rob made the biggest mistake of his life. So that sounds quite funny. It is. It says frivolous fun, warm, funny and poignant. So again, female women's fiction. And we've got a mum in our family now. So we've got... Sorry, Nelson, I'm crushing you. We've got a weekend dad. We've got a mum. We've got some babies. Let's have a little sister. So, little sister. This is by Isabel Ashdown. I've not heard of any of these authors. All she ever wanted was her sister's forgiveness. Gripping from start to finish. A missing child, a broken mother, a sister who doesn't remember a thing. After 16 years apart, sisters Jessica and Emily are reunited. With the past now behind them, the warmth they once shared quickly returns, and before long, Jess has moved into Emily's comfortable island home. Life couldn't be better. But when baby Daisy disappears while in Jess's care, the perfect life Emily has so carefully built starts to fall apart. Was Emily right to trust her sister after everything that happened before? And it says, did you love the Ice Twins and I let you go? This is a twisty psychological thriller similar. Yes, I have read the Ice Twins. So little sister, Isabel Ashdown.
Oh.
Right, let's have a look now. We will have The Wife's Shadow. The Wife's Shadow by Kath Weeks. And Every Woman Has a Secret. Every woman has a past. Everyone admires Susie and her doll's house life. She has a gorgeous family, a beautiful home and a successful business. But Susie hasn't always been in control. In her past lies a shadowy tale of fear and instability. A life that she ran away from and is hidden from ever since. So, that looks really good. We've got another wife. Goodness me. The Mistaken Wife. Rose Mellican. Mellican. The author of The Blackstone Key. So I've got The Blackstone Key somewhere. I can't remember if I read it or not. This is historical fiction. It's a historical thriller. Autumn 1797, with Napoleon's forces sweeping through Europe, a young Englishwoman travels to Paris, risking her life on a secret mission. Another mass market paper book size, but nice. And The Mistaken Wife. So can you see, as we're starting to build, all these buzzwords that are involved in a family are really the thing of the moment, the theme of the moment. The Boy Who Saw. This is by Simon Toyne. the boy who saw, and only one boy can see the darkness, only one man can save him from it. So we've got a boy in this family now. What he saw changed his life forever. A murder, a secret, a race. This takes thriller writing to another level. An elderly tailor is tortured to death beside an ominous message written in blood across the wall, finishing what was begun. Another chunky one here. How many pages is this one? 531. So yeah, that's quite chunky. So yeah, we've got The Boy Who Saw. We've got another sister here, The Bad Sister by Sam Carrington. Someone's dead and someone's to blame. A gripping, not Dr. Crippin or Crippin, a gripping, in fact, a gripping exploration of twisted family secrets. You can't choose your family, but can you escape it? When flames rip through their family home, only teenager Stephanie and her younger brother escape unhurt. Oh dear. Psychologist Connie Summers wants to help Stephanie rebuild her life. She has a new name, a young son, and everything to live for. But when Stephanie receives a letter from someone she's hoped would never find her, Connie is forced to question everything that really happened that night. So that sounds a bit dark and grisly. Oh, The Wife's Gone Missing. We've definitely heard of Sheila O Flanagan. I've got a few of hers. Have you ever wanted to disappear? When Imogen Norton vanishes, everyone who knows her is shocked. She has a perfect marriage, a handsome husband treats her like a princess. She always said how lucky she is, so why has she left, and how will she survive without Vince? What goes on behind closed doors is often a surprise. Oh, yes, many people say that, don't they? And Imogen surprises herself by taking the leap she knows she must. But she begins her journey to find the woman she once was. Her past is right behind her. She's a very good writer, is Sheila O Flanagan, so I'm expecting great things from that. Let me put that in my box down there. Then we have An Accidental Husband. Oh dear, I wonder how she ended up with him. Jayne Green. As you know, I really like Jayne Green. She's a brilliant author, does some fantastic women's fiction. She's got an accidental husband here, so I don't know where she found him. Maggie and Sylvie are strangers, two very different women living on opposite coasts, but they share more in common than they could ever imagine. Both women have beautiful children on the verge of flying the nest, a home they worked hard to build, and a handsome and devoted husband they can't believe belongs to them. Both think their lives are seamlessly secure, but they couldn't be more wrong. And actually, this wasn't in this from the works. This was a charity shop find, and yeah, getting more for my Jayne Green collection. So we've got an accidental husband, and this husband tells lies. Do you really know your friends? This is by Caroline England. Everyone has a secret. Ooh. On the afternoon of Nick and Lisa's wedding, their close friend is found poised on a hotel window ledge ready to jump. As the shock hits their friendship group, they soon realise that none of them are being honest with themselves or with each other as they think. And there are secrets lurking that could destroy everything. Tense, disturbing and clever. That should be a good thriller. So, because we've got the accidental husband and the husband that tells lies, they're now the ex, the ex even. This is The Ex by Alafair Burke, or Alafair, I hope that's the right way of saying it. And Olivia Randall is one of New York City's best criminal defence lawyers. When she gets a phone call informing her that her former fiancé has been arrested for a triple homicide, there is no doubt in her mind as to his innocence. The only question is, who would go to such great lengths to frame him, and why? Ah, so there we go. There's the ex from the family. And then we've got the dead ex. Oh, so there's been another mother. Oh yes, he's now a dead ex. And this is by Jayne Corrie. And it says he cheated, he lied, and he died. Oh. Compulsive, edgy, and some fabulous twists that I didn't see coming. And that was a quote by B.A. Paris, the author of Behind Closed Doors. So Vicky's husband David once promised to love her in sickness and in health, but after a brutal attack left her suffering with epilepsy, he ran away with his mistress. Oh, he deserves to be dead then. I shouldn't have said that. So when Vicky gets a call one day to say that he's missing, her first thought is good riddance, but then the police find evidence suggesting that David is dead, and they think Vicky had something to do with it. What really happened on the night of David's disappearance? I think that sounds really exciting. So that's the dead ex. So we've got the ex and the dead ex. Who have we got now? Let's have a look. We've got the deserter's daughter. And this is a saga, so this is a little bit different. This is written by Susanna Bavin, or Bavin. And so this is women's fiction, and it's a family saga. This is also historical. It's based in 1920 Manchester. And it says, Carrie Jenkins is trying on her wedding dress, eagerly anticipating becoming Mrs. Billy Shipton. But all too soon she is reeling from the news that her beloved father was shot for desertion during the Great War. When Carrie is jilted and she and her family are ostracised by the close-knit community, her plans and hopes for the future are in disarray. Oh, I like a good, well-written family saga. And we've got daughter of the family there. Right, let's have a look. The Mum Who'd Had Enough by Fiona Gibson. So this looks like a woman's fiction, a bit of a chick lit. Can Dad win her back? After 16 years of marriage, Nate and Sinead Turner have a nice life. They like their jobs, they like their house, and they love their son Flynn. Yes, it's a very nice life, or at least Nate thinks so, until one morning he wakes to find Sinead gone, and a note lying on the kitchen table listing all the things he does wrong, or doesn't do at all. I think we could all make those lists at times. The Mum Who'd Had Enough. Yeah, that sounds like good fun. Put those in my box. Oh, there's collops in. So then we have The Mother by Hannah Begbie. Got some really interesting books in this haul from interesting thrillers, and not many authors I've heard of. Her love is for her daughter is everything. Her love for him is deadly. Kath had 25 perfect days with her newborn daughter before Mia's deadly illness was diagnosed. Oh. As her life implodes, Kath's despair drives her to a parental support group where she meets her father in a similar situation. The dangerously attractive Richard, charming, handsome and adamant that a cure for their children lies just over the horizon. Everything Kath wants to believe. Their affair and the chance to escape reality is unavoidable, but carries catastrophic consequences. The nature of Mia's illness means that Kath's betrayal endangers not just her marriage, but the life of her baby. Can she stop herself before it's too late? That looks interesting. The Mother. Then we've got The Wrong Child. So we've got The Wrong Child added to this bus family, and it's by Barry Gornall. Stunning, macabre and unsettling. When tragedy strikes in a small Scottish village. Oh good, you know I like a lovely piece of fiction set in Scotland. Everyone believes one child is to blame. But could a young boy really be responsible? How far will people go in their search for justice and revenge? Yeah, another one that I like the look of the blurb and chose. The Wrong Child. Then we have The Little Girl Gone by Stephen Edgar. Will she ever see her daughter again? It's every parent's worst nightmare. I mean, we've got quite a few. We could have the buzzword in the missing daughter, really. The theme of that. There's been quite a few thrillers I've noticed lately about children going missing and trying to find children that's gone missing. Alex Granger only turned her back for a moment, but a moment was all it took for her world to be destroyed. Her 2-year-old daughter, Carol Ann, has vanished into thin air. So, I mean, we know of real life cases where things like this have happened. Alex's husband, Ray, is a detective, so he's used to dealing with horrific cases, but nothing could have prepared him for this. Forbidden from aiding the inquiry, he is forced to confront the fact that he might never see his daughter again. With no suspects, no DNA evidence and no promising leads, the investigation stalls. That sounds really exciting. And then finally, in our Buzz family haul is The Good Daughter by Alexandra Burt. This seems a chunky one. How many pages is this one? Let's have a look. 513. So yeah, another chunky. And Alexandra Burt wrote Little Girl Gone, which actually I have read. Can't remember if I spoke about it on the channel. It's a while ago, but I've read that book. What if you were the worst crime your mother had ever committed? Dahlia's childhood memories consist of stuffy cars, seedy motels and a rootless existence, travelling the country with her eccentric mother. Years later, she desperately wants to distance herself from that life. Yet one thing is stopping her from moving forward. She has questions. In order to understand her past, Dahlia must go back to her mother in the stifling town of Aurora. Back to the woman who is on the brink of madness. Yeah. So there we go. That's my quite a biggish book haul there. All featuring buzzwords of family members. So father, daughter, mother, sister, boy, girl, that sort of thing, baby. And yeah, I'm going to be choosing some from this stash for Thriller-a-thon that starts next week on the 19th. So I will come back to you and let you know what my TBR is for Thriller-a-thon for 2019. So thank you for joining me and see you again soon. Bye for now.